today I'm going to be doing a review on the MAC Simpsons Collection, the MAC times Marge. Now, I have the two shadow palettes, the blush, and the lip gloss, and I'm just going to do one consecutive video, like one video with just each item one after the other, rather than doing separate videos. They're only a minute or two long. So, in the order I'm going to do them is blush, shadows, glosses. So, if you want to skip towards, like, the third quarter, go for the glosses. The second quarter, eyeshadows, and the first quarter is the blushes, etc. Now, I've seen a lot of reviews. I just want to see what other people were thinking, and I have to say I disagree with a lot of what some people are saying, and I also agree with a lot of other things people are saying. So I'm going to address that all today. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the blushes. Now, everybody loves a good limited edition compact. I like the compact overall. I think it's cute. It addresses Marge, and it gives just, you know, her little eyes, her little sensual eyes. Because it's a blush, I thought maybe they would show the cheek or something, but typically she was never really shown wearing any blush, which is an argument I'm going to get to at the end of this video, except for a few episodes, I guess. So this shade is called Pink Sprinkles, and I guess that refers to the donuts, and just like the outer packaging, it features Marge's face inside. You have a little bit of an imprint. This blush was overall easy to work with. I didn't have too many problems with it. It was pretty well pigmented. It sheared out nicely, like with my finger, you know, it's not easiest to apply. But when I applied it with a brush, it sheared out nicely. It was smooth. It was a feminine, everyday shade. I'm wearing it today. I did mix it with a little bit of bronzer to make it pop a little bit for my contour. But overall, it's a very great everyday shade. It's soft. It can, as you can see, it can be a little bit darkened once you start to, if you apply it heavier. But a sheer portion of it would be perfect for everyday. Now, the next shade is called Sideshow You, and this is a reference to like Sideshow Mel, Sideshow Bob, and I guess now it's Sideshow You. And this is a peach shade, which I couldn't pinpoint where peach came from, but this is the shade, and it's slightly, I feel like this shade would work better on people who have like a medium skin tone, even a darker skin tone, just because it applies a little bit darker than the first shade, and it's a little bit warmer, just slightly warmer. I find the shade to be a little bit cooler, so if you like a little bit of a more exaggerated blush, Sideshow You. If you like a little bit more feminine, everyday blush, Pink Sprinkles. Either one of these can work on any skin tone. I'm just saying that I think Pink Sprinkles might work better on lighter skin tones for everyday, and I think Sideshow You might work better on the medium to darker skin tones for an everyday kind of blush. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you guys is the shadows. Now, I had seen a few reviews that said the shadows were chalky, that they weren't worth it. I had no problems with these shadows whatsoever. They are $44. They are slightly pricier than the regular MAC 4-pan palettes that don't have limited edition packaging. So $4 more for a cute little Marge face, I wasn't too unhappy about. I liked the color range. Some of the colors can look a little bit jarring when you first see them, but don't let that deter you because you can do a high-end look. Today I used that $1 trillion look on my eyes, and you could see it doesn't have to look so like cartoony when you apply it. You can actually make this look, you know, very glamorous. I'm of course overdone. I always like to be overdone. You know me, I like to the nines or bum in it. There's no middle ground. Anyway, guys, so the shades we have here are Lisa Spikes, which is a frost. It's this first kind of lime green shade, and Lisa Spikes are typically like bright yellow or even that primary yellow, like which you see in her skin tone. So I was surprised that they have Lisa Spikes to be such a green color. The next one is Apple Squishy, and that's that middle shade right there, this one right here. The next one is 2 Dozen and 1 Greyhounds, and it's a more grade green, and that one's a Volux Pearl. By the way, Apple Squishy is also a frost, so you have 2 frosts, a Volux Pearl. And the last one is Chalkboard Dreams, and that's, of course, you see every day, well, every episode, Bart Simpson is writing something on the chalkboard, and it's a green shimmery shade. And the shimmer does get lost, unfortunately, unless you pat it on. It really doesn't last long. And that one is a V. Volux, I guess. Velvet. I don't know. I think it's Volux. Anyway, I'm going to swatch this up for you with my hand. So, as you see, you have the imprint of what you've seen on the blush, not on here. So, here we go. Here is the first frosty shade. Here is the second frosty shade. This one actually applied more like a satin to me. So maybe I read that wrong, because to me it felt like a satin. Yeah, it says it's a frost, but it definitely, I mean, even if you look at it from a glance, it feels like a satin. It just, everything about it was more satin to me. Then the Greyhounds, this one I love this shade because it had nice reflection to it. And then the last shade, it's such a pretty color, and it's a shame that I really couldn't get the shimmer to stay on my eye. But overall, you can see the gradation. It's great if you like a frosty green look. There are no mattes in it. I think this would have appealed to more people if there were mattes in it, because it feels like, you know, it's a whole lot of frost, and if you're not a fan of frost, satin, or even a little bit of glitter, you're really not going to like it. But I think you should experiment it, because this look I did today, I used Lisa Spike all over the lid, and then I applied Apple Squishy to my crease, 2001 Greyhounds, I continued that into my crease, and then on my outer V, I applied the Chalkboard Dreams, and I was able to get a nice blended out look. I didn't have any problems with blending or pigmentation. Like I said, it was most of the problem I had with it was that we needed a little bit, maybe just one different formula, and we would have been good. The next one I'm going to show you guys is Marge's Secret Ingredients, and this is a very feminine palette, pink, purple, blue, navy. This palette, we've seen palettes like this before. It's nothing new. A lot of people were complaining that these are not that unique, but how unique can you really be? They could have went overboard and did it extremely cartoony, and we could have had something like Urban Decay's Electric palette, which I think would have been really fun, but it really wouldn't have appealed to too many people. A lot of people would have made the argument that it doesn't look too high-end, so I believe they went in a safer direction, and that safer direction left people saying, but we've seen this before. That's what I feel we're getting at. So in this one we have Harpooned Heart, which is the luster, and then we have Sexy PB&J, which is a Volux Pearl, then we have Beehive Blue, which is a Volux Pearl, that's her hair, and then we have a Vivacious Vacuum Cleaner Bag, and that's a Frost. So let's get this swatched up. Again, there really was no mattes, it was a little bit disappointing, but this pink is really pretty, great highlight shade. Swatched up. So the first shade is Harpooned Heart, and I really liked this shade. It's a great highlight shade if you're looking for something to put under the brow, to highlight the center of the eyelid, for something in the corner of the eye. The purple one, the Sexy PB&J, really kind of reminded me of the purple from the Amrezi palette. The blue shade, the one after her hair, this one really looks like that blue that is hot for fashion for fall, so I thought, oh, that could go with everything that I'm like gonna wear. And then the darkest shade was a little bit under pigmented, but it wasn't chalky or anything like that. It's just better with the brush. And that applies deep navy, almost black. You could essentially use it as a liner and use the other three shades on the lid. Now overall, I found these palettes great. I mean, even if Marge's face wasn't on it and you told me like this collection was inspired by The Simpsons, or even not inspired by The Simpsons, I probably would have picked up the shadows just because they are decently performing. I didn't really have any real issues with it. Next up we have the glosses, and we have 4 glosses. We have a Red Blazer, Nacho Cheese Explosion, Grand Pumpkin, and Itchy and Scratchy and Sexy. Now 2 of these shades are quite unique. We have the yellow and the orange, and then 2 of them are quite common, the pink and the purple, but all of them absolutely scream Simpsons. Now I had a little bit of a quality trouble with the Nacho Cheese Explosion and the orange shade, but the pink and purple one performed quite well. Now the Itchy and Scratchy and Sexy is almost nearly a dupe for Heroin. I think this has just a slight sparkle, and the Heroin lip gloss does not. So very similar color. The pink is similar to Embrace Me. And I didn't exactly have a dupe for the yellow and the orange, but they did scream a little bit Playland collection for me. Maybe those kind of collections and colors are just popular this year. That's why they've released so many collections with them. I love bright colors, so I'm not entirely complaining, but I do think it's a little bit weird that we're seeing like so much like yellow, orange, uncommon lipsticks. I mean, we're seeing so much uncommon lip glosses that we haven't really seen. Like years we've been asking them for like the odder colors, and we finally get it. As for the lipstick situation, there were no lipsticks in this collection. A lot of people were bummed about that, especially since people were releasing what they thought the mock-up or what they thought the lipsticks would look like. A lot of people were shocked the day of that those were in fact not real lipsticks. Now to be fair, Marge does not really wear lipstick, so I can understand why they didn't include lipstick in this collection, but she doesn't really wear blush or any other kind of makeup, eyeshadow included, so I was confused at the entire makeup line, if you want to use that argument. Anyway, so let's start. The Nacho Cheese Explosion, this one was very milky, settled into fine lines of my lips, separated in the color. You can kind of see it here. It just starts to migrate and it becomes very sheer. I would say use this over a liner, use this over a prime your lips, use this over a lipstick. Use this in conjunction with another lip gloss. If you put this over a red lipstick, it's going to make it a little bit orange. If you put it over an orange lipstick, it's going to bring out the yellow. So you eat pink lipstick, it's going to make it a little bit orange, etc. Red, pink, all those, you're going to get a little bit of an orange tinge, even a little bit of a nude look would be nice. Like, you can get away with it on that. Then for Grand Pumpkin had similar problems that Nacho Cheese Explosion had, but it wasn't as bad, and you can see it even in the application on the hand. It's not settling into my skin as much. Then the Red Blazer, I really liked how this performed, even though it was a common color. You know, it's a color we've seen. A couple of years ago, this would have been like, wow, we've never seen anything like it. But the market is kind of saturated with pink shades like this and purple shades like this. So this is itchy, scratchy, and sexy. So if you missed out on Heroin lip gloss, you're definitely going to have wanted to pick this up. I do hope you like the limited edition packaging, though. So those are the glosses. And of course there'll be picture swatches of everything I've shown you here and this eye look at the end of the video. So there also was a pair of lashes. I'm not going to be doing a formal review on them because I've reviewed those lashes in general, and there's not much you can say about MAC lashes aside from the fact that, you know, use a good adhesive, put them on, clean them, they're good. I don't know what else to say about the lashes, so I'm refraining from doing an official review. Anyway, guys, what did you think about the MAC times Marge collection, or the Simpsons collection for MAC Cosmetics? Did you like it? Did you find the products wearable? Did you enjoy them? Was there anything you really didn't like? Was there anything that you really loved? Let me know what you guys think. And also, there's currently an open giveaway on my page. I'm hosting it for Vain Pursuits, and all the rules officially are underneath the video, so go check that out. I'm going to leave a link below to that video, because who doesn't like some nice free goods? And hey, that brand is great. They allow you to create your own custom skincare. Perfect, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my fashion blog, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.